Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland. And tonight we're going to make this double arrow card, which is just your standard fold card, but gives these little arrow shapes here on and a little bit of a frame to the centre of it. Just a little bit of interest in something different. So let me just get my computer sorted so I can see who's there and if there are any questions or anybody actually crafting along or spending time with me. That's not what I want to do. Go back there. Hope everyone is well. Please do say hi if you're watching and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, Alison. I really like this paper. It's one of the, it comes from this set here, that is the Country Flowers, I think. Country Flowers, and then Country Birdhouse. But this Country Woods is quite nice with the different colour wood panels. So it's actually quite straightforward. I've popped a little bit inside there and a space for you to write with, but it folds flat, fits in a normal envelope, which we love if we're going to send cards or even if we're hand delivering. It is easier than trying to make a card for it. So I have got the pieces here, and I've actually, just to speed things up a bit because you don't want to sit there watching me colour, I've actually cut out my little bits, and I'm going to use the teapot and this one and the plant rather than the flowers. And then I've got some slightly different designer series paper today, which is another one out of the pack, which has the pool party colouring on it. Hi Andrea. You could use the other side, but then I don't feel like it kind of goes really well with what I've got there. So, and then on the middle piece I've got another piece of this, which is like a whitewashed fence pail or a rustic one, and I'm going to pop that in the middle. And I've actually, I don't know how well you can see that, yeah, there, I've run it through an embossing folder as well, just to give it a little bit of texture, so I've used it on there as well. So let's get started. You need a piece, you need a card base, which would be your standard 10 fold card base, so A4 cut down the middle, so that's 10.5 centimeters wide. Then you're going to score halfway through, which is about 14.85. So that's going to be our card base. We're going to use this sideways, like so, and then you're going to have a piece that goes inside, which is our normal mat. So you go in 5 millimeters, and that will go in there. So I'll do that after, because I might stamp. I'll see how I go. Thanks, Andrea. Yeah, it's actually quite, it has quite a good effect. Like, even though that looks like it's got quite a bit of texture on it, and obviously, you know, it's in the background, but it just gives it some other kind of interest in it, really, doesn't it? Rather than just designer series paper. So, what we've got now is 2 pieces. These pieces are 4 1/4 wide, so they're the same width as your, it's not 4 1/4, it's 4 1/8. So you'll get, it'll take 1 piece of card to make this card. So let me just get my bits out of the way so I can show you. So this is our card base, and then we're going to have our other half that we cut off, and you're going to use that much of it. I don't know if you can see all of that. Maybe if I turn it this way you'll see it better. So essentially you're going to have this little tiny bit here that you can use for something else. So you've got, when you cut it through the middle, you've got 1 piece that's going to be your base, and then you're going to use the other piece, 4 1/8 by 5. So 2 pieces by 5. Okay. Then you're going to score them. which I've actually already done, which I didn't realise that I had done. But you're going to score both pieces exactly the same. So you're going to start with 1.5, 3. So 1.5, 3. I'm just waiting for the video to catch up with me. Can't read my writing. 3 3/4, 4.5. Okay, so these two pieces are 1.25, and these two pieces are 3/4. All right. So I'll do that again. 1.5, 3, 3 3/4, 4.5, and then you've got an extra bit there. All right, a 1/2 inch there. So what we're going to do is we're going to score these. And I say this most times when I score something, I actually like to score it one way and then come back and score the other way. Just breaks those fibers and helps it sit a lot better when you do both. I find it's up to you. You might want to do one and then the other, but you really want that flexibility because otherwise it makes your card a bit stiff. So we're going to go one there, one there, and one there. Okay, and then we'll go back the other way. How's everyone's weekend been? Not too cold where you all are? We had all the doors and everything open today, and then they got closed because they got cold. But otherwise, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the two smallest pieces. So not the very edge piece, but the two smallest pieces, and you're going to fold like a mountain and then a valley. So you end up with that shape there, and then mountain again. Alright. Now this piece here is narrower, and it doesn't matter because that's going to be your join. And then you're going to fold this piece over so that it meets there like that. Alright. So again, I find the easiest way is if we go for these two middle small panels, fold it up. So you're making a V, essentially. V or an M, and then on the M, that far big flap is going to fit over the top. So let's do some glue. If you rather have tape, then that's totally okay. I find this is just an easier way to do it, to get it so that it lines up. And just you want it to make sure that it lines up, because otherwise it's going to look funny on your card. Alright, so we've got our two pieces folded, and then we're just going to bring that over. Had the worst game of golf. Oh, cool. Do you have your own bees, or do you get them from someone else? Matt finally got the lawns mowed. He's been wanting to do it all, like for the last 2 weekends, and hasn't been, well, he's been sick, but he hasn't been able to do much outside because it's just too wet. He picked about, what did he say, about 15 kilos of mandarins off our tree as well. So we're aiming for this middle line of our two smaller panels to be in a valley fold, and then the other two are mountain fold. I'll just get that down. Fold that over, and I'm just going to beeswax candles are so cool. I had some really cool purple ones that I got for my 21st a while ago, that used to stand on some black wrought iron candles holders. They were really cool. They were my favourite thing that I got for my 21st, I think, just about. I'll fold it that way. Okay, I'm just really pressing down now that the glue's had a chance to just to really tack this down and get the score lines working. Okay, so what we're going to do is where you've got your join here, we're going to pop that so that it's at the back. Okay, so this is going to go onto the edge there, and I actually used my trimmer to make sure it was all lined up, so let me just grab that. So our trimmer is not just great for cutting, it's great for lining things up. So we're going to pop some glue all over here. Now remember, we don't want to go too close to the edge, but we do still want it to stick. Okay, so this panel here with the join is going to the back of the card. So I just slide that in there. Like that, and that's going to be on the edge of your card. Then we're going to rotate it around the other way. And again, so we want the single point to be facing into the card. A full hive and 3 empty ones. Oh, that's so sad that you can't go out and be with them when that's something you like. So you're obviously alright working with the wax that comes out of them, but you can't. Oh, that's not great that you have that allergy. It's such a scary allergy, something like that. Especially for things like honey and stuff as well. Okay, pop this one back in the corner there. So this is going to be our opening piece. So we want to make sure that we get it nicely lined up. And then we've got our single point coming into the center, our join going out to the edge of the card. I'm just going to make sure that that's all nicely lined up. It's moving. Matt had bees at work, and when he first got them, they were in the city, in Auckland City, and on the 15th floor of the AUT building, and they used to get heaps of honey. There were parks obviously close by with trees and things and plants and things that they could access, but yeah, it was he loves having bees, so he's got, oh, cut that wrong. Okay, so our panels here are 1.5 inches wide. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. It took a while to come. Okay. Yeah, he did. I bet it takes ages. Now I've just cut these a bit short, so I'm just going to make them a bit narrower so that it doesn't look funny, because I had a really big gap at the top and not such a big gap around the outside. Although because it's on Pool Party, it's not as noticeable. Thank you. Yeah, so he did a full is it April course? Is that what it's called? He loves it. He's got his big suit and everything. So they're just building some organic gardens at one of the other campuses, and he's excited because he gets to have bees again. I was going to get rid of this, but I feel like I might need it again. So your card base is 4 1/8, so your DSP will be 3 7/8 long, and then it's 1.5 is that panel. So I go 1 1/4 to give you that. Now you can also, I haven't done this side, but I've done this side, just so that if you're looking at it from an angle, you can see it. Oh, excuse me. my throat's a bit dry. I think I'm getting sick, which is not ideal. It's my birthday next weekend and we're having a little bit of a get together, so that wouldn't be great if I was sick and I've got people coming. So hopefully it stays away until I've done pretty well. Matt was sick for like 3 weeks and Piper got it as well. She was off school for a week. So I've done well to not get anything, but man, I'm starting to feel a bit worse for weather at the moment. Alright, let me get rid of that. So I didn't need it after all. So this is our base. You could put a piece there if on Saturday it is, yeah. So we're having, I was just going to like let it ride out by itself and not do anything, but my lovely husband won't let me do that. So we are having some people, because it is one of the big O number ones. But like I've said to a few people, I know too many people that don't get to that, so I'm grateful. Happy birthday week, thank you. I'm grateful to be able to celebrate it, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. And it's just like, I don't like being the centre of attention, so yeah. It makes things like yeah. I would love to be 30 again. I think I'd love to be 30 again. No, it would be one starting with a 5. Yeah, so I am 50 on Saturday, so I feel like that needs just a little bit more of it. The thing with having already embossed this is it makes it slightly hard to cut. So if I go this way with the, nope, I'm going to mess it up, so I'm just going to use some scissors and just finish it off where I went wrong. Okay, welcome to the club. Yeah, I reckon it's a pretty good club. Yeah, so like I said, I'm grateful. I just don't like being the centre of attention, so I'd rather just have a quiet evening or a dinner out somewhere. But no, it'll be nice to see everybody, and there's people I haven't seen for ages coming, so that's really nice. So I've already got my card for Sunday night already done. So I've got family and friends coming from out of town, so in case we're you know, still entertaining. Okay, so these oh, is it Alison? That's not soon though, is it? I feel like you only just had your other significant one. Okay, so this one here is I've coloured with the blends markers, which give that really nice shading and tonal effect. So it's, like I said, out of the Country Flowers. So you get the bucket or the teapot. It actually comes with a lid if you want the teapot by itself. And then there's like 3 different floral options and then also a plant option. So I've gone with the stool, and I might just, oh no, that's good. I didn't think so. I didn't line this up very well, so I'm just going to trim that so it's not, although it blends in, but I don't want it to be as obvious with the white around. I want a little bit, but not a massive amount. Okay, that'll do. Oops. Where's the... Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just decorate it. Decorated. That's the best part of making a card, is the decorating. I think I told you that I did a... I'm just a bit young, a bit older. I'm just a bit older. Oh, okay. I thought that your children were quite a bit younger than me. It's funny how that creeps up on us, doesn't it? No, it just makes me, like, I still think of obviously my mum has passed, but like, I still think of my dad as being like in his early 60s, and he's not. He's in his early 70s, so he's, you know. And my mum, she was a bit older. She had some health issues that just made it kind of feel like she was a bit older than she was. But my dad's quite young, in the way that he, you know, he's able to still be quite... Oh, wow, okay. Wow. That I just can't, like, I keep thinking, I know, like, for myself, thinking about my parents and my age, but I also just think, oh, I can't imagine Piper being that old. You know, I struggle some days that she's 17, let alone what it's going to be like when she does get older. Okay, so what I've done here is, and I've done it on this one, I've actually trimmed it down quite a bit, because I don't trust that I've stamped this straight. I'm going to cut it with my scissors. If anyone is looking for some good long bladed scissors, these are really good for ribbon, but also I love my Stampin' Up scissors, but for doing something like this where I want a straight cut with a long blade, I got these at, oh, I still feel like you're like 73, Alison. These are from Look Sharp, which is like, if you don't know Look Sharp, they're online. They were like $2. Best $2 I've spent. Some other $2 scissors that I bought have been pretty crap. Your son's 33. Oh, wow. It's just, it's crazy, isn't it? How quickly time goes. How quickly time goes. Let's do some dimensionals, and we'll do half a mini, all right. It is definitely, some people are really lucky and hold their age really well. I've got some people that I know that I'm very surprised that I would not have put them at that age that they are. Like, I think they're younger than what they actually are. So It's funny, I was talking to one of the teachers a couple of years ago at school, and the kids were asking how old we all were, and she told them how old she was, and I was like, oh, I'm old enough to be her mum. And she's like, no, you're not. I was like, yeah, if I started young, I would have. I'm like, where did those years go? Yeah, I totally. It's like, no, I'm still 38, 35. Yeah, mind you, I couldn't have a toddler now like I did when I was 35. But, man. Okay, that is, should we find some gems? Because I feel like that's something that we could put on here. What have I got here? Oh, what are these? These are new. These are Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. And they are in the new catalogue. So you get, I think they are vanilla, garden green, basic beige, and then copper clay. And I haven't used any of those colours. So, I haven't used any of those colours. And none of those. None of those either. None of those either. Oh, is that a full pack? Nope. That's in a full pack. Oh, 2 rhinestones left. Alright. Looks like I need to clean out my sparkles drawer. Alright, let's put some basic beige on there. Because they probably will go matching with that. They kind of disappear. Maybe I use a big one over there. How's that? Alright. These are part of the Winterly Trees bundle, which I think I showed you. I think I did some cards at an online Stampin' Up event, and I showed you that. So, yeah, so that's the end of our card made. So just going quickly over that. Oh no, I haven't put my white piece in. I didn't actually have an extra bit of designer series paper that I kept out. Maybe I do. Maybe I have a bit there. Oh, that's a very thin piece. Alright, let's pop this on. Thank you. I saw it and I was like, that's really quite a cool, like, it's not too hard, you know. It's not real time consuming, and that has, sorry, I've left the lid off my glue, and now it's kind of just going there. Not going to work. I'm going to pop these over here. Yeah, it's quite effective, I thought, but also not too much involved in putting it together, like with the arrow thingies. I want a gap in between, but I should have put the other one on, that one on first. There we go. Oh look, and I even matched it. That was pretty good. Thank you, Alison. We are celebrating Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori this week at school, so got lots of fun things happening. So yeah, it'll be a great week. No, it doesn't use too much, and you've got opportunities to use different different patterns on it as well, without it being too kind of stark in your face. But it is another way of using up some DSP scraps that you've got, because these panels are only just over an inch wide. Yeah, so it's really exciting. Okay, I think, let me double check. I think, Andrea, you were the only one that popped a card up this week. Let me just open it up and find it. I don't remember getting a notification for anybody else. So, you get the butterflies. The butterflies masks. Oops. And I have another set of masks here. So these ones I'll pop in an envelope for you, Andrea, and they will be coming to you. And then next week, if anyone has anything, then these are basic pattern decorative masks. So they will be in the draw to win these. So there's some nice, these would be nice for if you do Christmas, or if you do like men's cards with the trees. And then you've got a nice filigree one, dots, and then another leafy pattern one. So they're quite good to use with brayers and sponges, or blending brushes, daubers, all of that kind of stuff. Or if you've got the paste, Alison, you've got the paste, haven't you? So you can use them with the paste. You just have to make sure that you clean it off really quick. So those are Andrea's, and these ones are up for next week for anyone who pops a card up by Sunday night. And if there's more than one of you, then I'll put your names in the wheel and spin the wheel. Alison, did you get your other two things? I forgot to message you and say I popped them in the letterbox. It was late one night when I was going to get Piper. I popped them in there, and then I forgot to message. So hopefully you got them. Oh, good. Alright, well, I'll pop these in an envelope for you, Andrea, and get them sent off. And I will see you next Sunday. Thanks for joining me, ladies. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.